Well, hello there, and welcome back. Got the Oogie Boogie Mug again. Yes, this is still the same day where I was painting the initials on the dice bag. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you've either uploaded the videos in the wrong order or you need to go and check it out. Click on the link in the description. What I'm going to be doing today, whilst rocking this really cool skeleton onesie, is I'm going to be making his birthday card. This is I'm making it now. It's not something I've pre-done or tried before. But anyway, he wants his army to be Tau. So what I did is I found an image of one of their troops and I've started to draw it out. Now, I did this a little while ago, so I haven't actually recorded it. But all I've done is I drew it out in pencil and I'm now going over it in a fine tip pen. Used these ones. I don't know where you get them from, they were a gift. However, any fine line markers will work, so like I've got these ones as well, and I'm pretty sure I have other ones that come with the Pro Marker kits, because I really love Pro Markers. At the moment, this is just a rough outline. It's not, obviously it doesn't have much detail on it, but what I'll probably do is I'll finish going around the outline, then show you, rub out the pencil, and then I'll go on to using Pro Markers and see what happens at the end. I'm very sorry that I can't go through how to draw it, but all I did was I googled Tau Warhammer and had a look through some of the images that came up and kind of decided which sort of thing I wanted to draw. I've probably based it off of someone else's work and I'm very sorry. I'm a bad person. So, I initially always start off with the finest marker that you got. Obviously it depends on what pack you have, but this one is 30mm one. Tip. Really little tip. It means that you can get all the little details in there. I have one of these rubbers. Okay, so ignoring the hand and the gun, now that's rubbed out, you've got this guy. I have some very rough bits because it's kind of like in between the sideboard joints that, I don't know, it's meant to be able to move but still be durable or something. I'm going to start off with something easy. I know that the eye in this, the eye, the bit that it sees through, I'm going to call it an eye, is red. So I'm going to use a cardinal red from the Pro Marker selection. And all I'm going to do is just... One of the things I would recommend doing is if you're not using the bleed proof paper, so if you're doing a me, make sure that you leave a bit of an edge around it, just so if it does bleed through it's not a big deal. So that's what I have at the moment. So yeah, those are all of my orange colours. Okay, so one of the things I would recommend you doing, because obviously a lot of these are going to say, oh, this is this colour, but just check in the corner whether or not it's the colour you actually want. I think I'm pretty happy with it, so I'm going for this sort of colour. It looks a bit lighter on there, but it's called a apricot. So it's the first layer with the orange. I'm going to use, is this just called black? Black. To do some of these bits. Not all of them. I'm going to use brown, sort of in the middle. So the black is for the darker bits. You think I'd do the brown first, but no. So like that. There are also quite a lot of bits of the gun that are black, but obviously because I haven't finished drawing it, I'm going to leave that for now. Right now I'm going to use a brown. This is called chestnut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put... So I'm going to use it. You can see that I've left gaps and stuff. Some of those are meant to be shadow, but I'm actually going to use brown to sort of, as a blending colour. It's kind of... okay, so now I'm going to add some shading to the orange. I'm actually going to use, a darker orange. So I've decided on using burnt orange colour, like the bottom colour on that little charty bit. Okay, so I've done that. Very simple. I'm then gonna go for the next one, lighter. It looks very bright. It's not as bright as it looks. It's just orange. So now it looks like that. And as you can see, the more that you're layering on, the more 3D it's gonna look. So So we're gonna go for amber next. As I said, because I've got all these little squiggles, it kind of gives me an idea of which one comes lighter and so on and so forth. So. Also, don't worry if you don't have this many. Okay, next I'm going to use mustard. That's going to be the lightest shade. So the other thing that you get with some of these pro markers is this. It's a blender pen. Use it and kind of try and get rid of all of the lines. So I've done that on the head. Look at that, that looks so cool. I want that to be more roundical. Right, even. So this is your lovely, pretty shaded, any orangey bits. You can, however, take a tea break. Well, hello there and welcome back. Today again we have the mayor from Halloween Town, Nightmare Before Christmas, as my mug, and it is full to the brim with goodness. So for the gun I'm going to use a metallic-y black. So I'm going to leave it like that for now. So you can kind of see where I'm going to be highlighting it. One thing you have to remember to do as well is, because I didn't draw it all on the beginning, is to draw background out, because I forgot about that. Okay, so now I've gone over those outlines roughly, and you have to remember to rub it out again. Now one of the things you can do is, obviously you've got the metallic black, but for bits you want a bit dark, just go over it in the actual black. There's the gun. This is what he looks like at the moment. The one thing I do want to do quickly, I'm going to use the metallic again just to do the rim around his red eye and the little dot. So it's very subtle, I don't even know if you can tell on there. But yeah, so this is what we have now. Also, again, these will bleed through unless you got the bleed proof paper, which I do have, but I didn't think of, and then I'd drawn it out already and I was like, for A4. And then you want to fold it in half, try and make it as even as possible. But if you end up with a bit that overhangs, then make that bit the front. See, this is pretty good, but if you end up with a bit that's like a bit longer than the other, so like this one has a little bit, so just make this side the front. Makes it easier to open, and then you can pretend you did it on purpose. So if you just cut this out, please pay no attention to the ridiculousness behind me. So mine actually has measurements on, which is great. And I just go for something a little bit smaller than the measurements. Going around it, which I just think gives. So if you just turn the piece of paper the opposite side to where you want it, and I tend to just rip my other side sticky tape to approximately the size I want. That's the first bit. Yay! I'm actually gonna rip around this because. Okay, so it looks like this. Looking gangster as hell. So you have two options now. Oh, you want to get to this. And then you have this. Now this should be smaller than your Lelo. Lelo. So what you have at the moment is like this sort of thing. Have your thing like this. Now. Right, so I've got a load of little dots on here now. You see, yeah, like there. And I've got my little snippy snip. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to make it look like he is coming through this, like smashing through. So I'm going to start ripping the middle out. That means you got him like this now. Looking badass. The sort of thing you have at the moment. So this is what your card looks like at the moment. That looks pretty cool. Now we're going to add some more black. We're going to try and finish this before we get ourselves another cup of tea. Because it could be a reward then. Now what you want to do, is once you're happy with the placement of your troopy troop, is put the double-sided sticky tape. So now that's sort of stuck down, I'm going to add in a few other bits of double-sided sticky tape. So I'm going to stick that properly down now. So, and I don't know if you can see it he is kind of coming out of it. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add tape to either side. And it's this one. Alright, it's alright. Now, what we're going to do is, if you have a stamp, this is really cool to do, and you need embossing powders. If you have those stamp, you need to use that to decide how much you're cutting off of this. I'm going to put it there. Once I've stamped on it, I'm going to stamp on it first. Awesomeness. Now, I have several choices, but I might go with red. So, what you want to do is you want to cover your stamp in whatever colour you've randomly picked out. So, now it says happy birthday in a hideous green colour. Move your stamp and ink pad out the way. Just get the colour that you wanted and pour it on there, which is cool. And then you use this. So what this does is it actually embosses it, so it goes higher and shinier. There's the happy birthday, which looks pretty cool, but look, it's not glittery. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that there. And once you stuck it down, then you're done. Have a good day, and make it even better with a cup of tea. Bye!